We saved the bees and butterflies. Walking across the schoolyard, Liam sat perched on the playground fence, watching a large patch of purple flowers. "What are you looking at?" asked Rosie as she peeked over Liam's shoulder. "There is something flying around in the flowers," Liam said quietly. Liam and Rosie hung there on the fence, watching a bouquet of bees and butterflies sipping nectar from the flowers in the playground. "Wow, you don't see many bees and butterflies anymore," said Rosie. "I wonder why?" asked Liam. "Let's go ask Mrs. Smith," Rosie said. Running back to the classroom, their imagination filled with thoughts of bees and butterflies. Mrs. Smith, Rosie and Liam's Shine after-school teacher, noticed their enthusiasm and asked, "What has the two of you so excited?" The Shine after-school program was Rosie and Liam's favorite time of the day. Shine gave Rosie and Liam an opportunity to improve their schoolwork, make new friends, and learn about STEAM power. STEAM power is about hands-on learning and solving problems with science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. Liam asked, "Mrs. Smith, why don't we see many bees and butterflies in the schoolyard anymore?" "Good question, Liam," said Mrs. Smith. "I am going to put you and Rosie in charge of a special Shine mission to discover why so few bees and butterflies are buzzing around these days." "Where should we start?" asked Liam. "Let's start with some Shine STEAM power," said Mrs. Smith. Liam and Rosie rushed to their workstation, turned on their computer tablet, and began to research the lives of bees and butterflies. "Wow, look at this fact," Rosie declared. "The population of monarch butterflies has declined by 90%, and honeybee colonies declined by 30%. I found an article that explains how the loss of pollinators, like bees and butterflies, impacts our own environment," Liam added. "Why is pollination so important?" asked Mrs. Smith. "Pollination helps plants produce fruit and seeds, and it helps produce new plants and flowers," said Liam. "Bees and butterflies are like nature's little farmers, helping plants and flowers grow to keep us all healthy and alive," said Rosie. "How do bees communicate with one another to know which flowers to pollinate?" asked Mrs. Smith. Pulling up a video, Rosie began to laugh. "The honeybees communicate with each other by dancing." Rosie and Liam started to dance around and perform the dance of the honeybees, like they were two bees talking to one another. "Good work, Rosie and Liam," said Mrs. Smith. "Now, let's try to discover why so many bees and butterflies are disappearing in our neighborhoods." Liam and Rosie found a science journal in the library, which had a graph illustrating an alarming point. Bee and butterfly populations were shrinking because they were losing their natural habitats. "The bees and butterflies are losing their homes," said Liam with great concern. "We have to save the bees and butterflies. There must be a way," said Rosie with determination in her voice. "Mrs. Smith, we want to save the bees and butterflies," shouted Liam and Rosie. "Then let's get to work on a plan," said Mrs. Smith. "We have to create more habitats for bees and butterflies," said Rosie. "All the Shine students can help us," said Liam. All the Shine students gathered around Liam and Rosie to hear about their plan to build a bee and butterfly garden next to the school. Mrs. Smith suggested the Shine students invite a botanist to help them construct the bee and butterfly habitat. "A botanist is a scientist who studies plants," Mrs. Smith told the students. A professor from nearby Wilkes University, Dr. Lisa Honeychurch, offered her help to Rosie and Liam. The very next day, the Shine students and Dr. Honeychurch began to construct a new bee and butterfly garden. "The best environment for bees and butterflies is to build a corridor of milkweed, goldenrods, and sunflowers," said Dr. Honeychurch. "And not too many pesticides," said Liam. "Too many pesticides can prevent the bees and butterflies from making the garden their home," said Rosie. "You two have really done your research," said Dr. Honeychurch with a broad smile. The Shine students finished up their work on the garden and went home for the weekend. On Monday afternoon, Liam and Rosie led all the Shine students into the schoolyard to inspect their bee and butterfly garden. The eyes of the children opened wide and their voices erupted in cheers as they saw hundreds of bees and butterflies flying about their new garden. "We saved the bees and butterflies," shouted Rosie and Liam as they hugged each other in celebration of their victory. With Rosie and Liam leading the way, all the Shine students danced around like happy honeybees and singing out in one proud voice, "We saved the bees and butterflies." The end.